In this video, I'll share different ways that you can add this to your photos, increase your sales potential, and go over a few reasons why you're not selling as many photos as you want to. This photo of a grizzly bear doing yoga has sold over 1,100 times on Adobe stock, and in total it's made me over $2,000. But here's the weird part. I shot other photos that same day. Dramatic, wild, National Geographic style. Yeah, right. And all of those photos have barely made a few dollars combined. For a long time, that bothered me. Why? I shot everything the same day, same settings, same everything. That's when I realized something that completely changed how I see stock photography. Stock photography is not about beautiful photos, it's about usable photos. And once I started understanding why certain images felt more usable than others, I noticed one pattern showing up over and over and over again. And drum roll please, the human element. That completely changed how I shoot stock photos. And once you see it, you'll start realizing why some technically perfect photos will never sell, while weird little throwaway images suddenly become the best sellers. It's a simple fix that can get you more sales. I started going through my portfolio, thousands of images, analyzing the best sellers, the not so great sellers. And then I noticed something interesting. The images making consistent sales almost always had some kind of human connection built into them. Let's go back to that bear photo. This was taken at the Montana grizzly encounter. I think I paid $20 to go in. Now, you're probably scratching your head wondering, where the heck is the human in that photo? But it's the action of sitting upright in a yoga pose, and the title literally reinforces it. The title is Grizzly Bear Doing Yoga. Even though it's an animal in the image, it has a human behavior. The pose is humanizing the bear. All right, let's zoom out for a second. Stock photography buyers aren't just buying photos, they're buying usability and emotion. They want something that helps them sell a product or an idea. The fastest way to solve a problem visually is to include humans or human behavior. Emotion is a big part of that. And guess what adds emotion to a photo? You guessed it, the human element. Buyers want to know if they can use this photo in an ad or add text to it somewhere. Does it tell a story in 1 second? Images with the human element answer those questions instantly with a yes, in case you're wondering. When I say human element, I don't mean that you need to hire expensive models and all of this stuff. It breaks down into 3 simple categories. Number 1 is direct presence, faces, expressions, emotions. Great sellers, but they require model releases. Number 2 is implied presence, hands, tools, gardening, cooking, no model release required. Number 3 is human behavior or movement or action. A bear sitting like a person, even a chihuahua in a tent. Once you start seeing it this way, you realize that most non-selling photos are missing one of these layers. Now let me prove it to you. I had a photo of a small plant in my backyard. Clean, sharp, technically perfect. It got 0 downloads. Then I added a human element, hands interacting with a subject. Now it has hundreds of downloads across multiple agencies because it's not just a plant anymore. Now it's gardening, it's care, it's growth, sustainability. The photo is usable, 237 downloads on deposit photos alone. Another perfect example is this one, a steak and lobster dinner on a black background, beautiful reflection. $0 in sales. I had a hand squeezing a lemon. Now it became cooking, fresh, lifestyle, advertising material. It's one of my best food selling images on Adobe stock. I got paid by the client and then later I doubled the earnings as a stock photo. Same lighting, same camera, same setup, same settings. The only difference is the human element. Another example, a good friend of mine in Idaho is a chef. We shot close-up images of him prepping and working and stuff, cutting vegetables. His hands, knife, veggies, nothing fancy. Those images have close to 200 downloads because they tell a story instantly. This is usable. Without the hands, it's just peppers and onions. And I can go on and on and on with examples, but I think you get the point. So how do you apply this to your workflow without making things complicated? First, stop shooting random isolated subjects. Shoot with action in mind. Don't just shoot the flower, shoot someone watering the flower, picking it, smelling it. Don't just shoot vegetables, shoot your friend's chef's hands cutting them. Second, utilize your titles and keywords to sell the story. Describe the human element in your title. A small chihuahua camping in a tent with a beautiful sunset. Okay, here's the difference. Artistic intent is this photo is beautiful. Commercial intent is where could this be used? A marketing team doesn't care if your landscape is perfect. I mean, yes, they do, but to a point. They care if it can be used for a website banner, a social media ad, a blog post, or a production campaign. Is there text or space for a logo? In almost every one of those cases, humans help sell this message. Now, as promised, here's a couple of reasons you might not be getting those sales. 1. Are you uploading enough? The algorithm needs volume and consistency. 2. Did you quit too early? Some images take months before they get any traction. This is not instant gratification. We've said this before. Give it a solid year before you give up. Are you shooting only what you like or what sells? This is a big one. You can still shoot what you enjoy, just add the human element. And then 4, are your keywords too vague? If buyers can't find them, it doesn't matter how good your photo is. And I see this from time to time. And now literally, for the love of everything that's holy, if you photograph flowers, don't title them flower 1, flower 2, and flower 3. You're gonna get rejections and you're not gonna sell anything that way. Almost every beginner wants to shoot flowers and plants because it's easy, and I get it, I did that too. It's totally fine. But use proper keywords. Let's say this cactus flowers, 230 downloads for a simple cactus flower. You should have the common name, the scientific name, and as much information as you can find about that subject. Don't just shoot random subjects. I mean, yes, you can, but with a twist. Think action, human interaction, and start building a human context series. Remember what I said in last week's video? Buyers don't just want one image. They want sets of usable visuals. Once your portfolio looks like a solution instead of a collection, your sales will change. And here's the good news. You don't need expensive lighting for any of these setups. A lot of the best-selling images here were shot with the natural light. Sometimes all I did was use a simple 5-in-1 reflector or diffuser to soften those shadows. You place it really close to your subject, and now the light looks professional, looks clean, looks expensive, but literally was shot with an inexpensive diffusion panel. This one photo of the carrots paid for the reflector. One photo. Do you see the human element in this photo? How about in this one of the zucchini or the beets? It's freshly harvested food ready to eat. Well, kinda. A quick rinse might be a good idea. Just to give you an idea of volume, when I was searching for this photo in my portfolio for examples, I found over 500 images with the keyword carrots. So if you take anything from this video, you don't need more gear, you don't need perfect locations or creative ideas. You just need to ask one question. Where is the human element in this image? And if it's not there, how can you add it? A hand, an action, a behavior, a story. Because that turns a pretty photo into a commercial one. Your portfolio will slowly shift from nice images to images that actually generate passive income. Now, adding the human element is just one piece of the puzzle. You still need to master composition, clean editing, and finding the right keywords so buyers can actually find your work. If you want a step-by-step guide on how to get better at photography, I have a photography course linked in the video description. Greg says that it's great and very affordable, and that I need to work on my website to make it easier to navigate, and I promise I'm working on it. There's many changes coming soon. If you want to keep learning right now for free, click on this video to learn about editorial stock photos, or this one for photo shoot ideas. I'll see you there. Bye.
What I've done is what I've got. On YouTube I'm calling, come learn what I know, how to light up your coffee